Ladies and gentlemen, it's TNG, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to waste an hour of your life by building this bugger, the Blue Ridge Bandit. Before we even lay down a foundation though, we need a camp location, don't we? Aye, of course we do, and I've chosen here, just near the Wayward. And there's a number of reasons why we've chose this spot, the main one being, I can't be arsed finding anywhere else, so yeah, let's just crack on. The first thing we need to do is place down this truck. If you don't have it, well, yeah, this is going to be a pretty short video for you. I mean, literally, the whole bloody entire build revolves around this. It's kind of necessary. Anyhow, once that is down, we're going to place a foundation right here at the back of our truck. Now, we're going to try and keep it as straight as we possibly can in relevance to the truck. Although, if it's a little bit on the piss, don't worry too much about it. Be it morning. Another thing to take note of is your foundation height. You don't want it too high, but you don't want it too low. As long as the truck's towing hitch thing isn't showing through it, you should be alright. Anyhow, once you've got your foundation where you're happy with it, place another one here and another one at the back like that. Simply lovely. So at this point, we can place down our first wall pieces, and they're going to be doorways. We're going to place down one here, and one here. Beautiful. Nice and easy, innit? Now then, once we got our wall pieces down, we're going to take out the magical catwalk piece, and we're just going to snap it to the side like this. What this allows us to do is snap a half wall piece to the side at foundation. Right, so now we've got that down, we can move this particular foundation here, and in its place, we can struggle for approximately 15 minutes trying to get a roof piece in. Fantastic news. So, when you finish that monumental task, this is the kind of thing you should be left with. It's truly remarkable. The next step involves making a giant flap at the back of our truck, and we're going to start by putting down these brick top arches here. The brick part is very important, so yeah, just make sure you use them. Simply lovely. Now, once you've got them in place, you're going to take out a Bernie Boy 1200, 2 if you're feeling a little bit spicy, and destroy them. Embrace the counterproductivism. So once they've been destroyed, we should be able to remove the foundation, and we'll be left with 2 floating destroyed top arches like that. From here, we're going to hit that magic repair button. Don't use the camp module, that's far too easy. And on top of your freshly rebuilt top arches, we're going to place down this wall piece. I don't know the name for it. Slanty thing. Yeah, and this is going to go on both top arches. And again, you need to make sure it's the brick one. The next step is to again take out your Bernie Boy 1200s and destroy those slanty walls that you've just put in place. Again, embrace the counterproductiveness. Yes. Once those bad boys are destroyed, you should be able to remove the top arches from underneath it. So you're left with these wall things looking like this. Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it? Like a fucking sandcrawler from Wish or something. Step 27.9. We're going to make some top arches that we can place down anywhere. This is dead simple. Get yourself a foundation, snap a catwalk piece to it, and on the end of the catwalk, snap down a brick slopey boy, also known as a top arch. Once you've done that, get yourself this floor mat here and blueprint the whole lot, not including the foundation though. What this will give us, mon petit fleurs, is a top arch that we can place down anywhere, and that's going to be important in a second, because we're going to place down one of them here at the side of the truck. Just, you know, try and line it up with our little flap area, as I'm doing in the video. And once you're happy with its placement, remove the catwalk and remove the little doormat thing. So we've just got a top arch sitting here like that. On this little top arch, we're going to put down a slopey boy roof piece. And the aim is to try and get it to sit at the back of our truck. So it looks like a ramp that can lift up and down. I'm going to pre-warn you, this is a kick in the penis sometimes to try and get the roof piece in place. It can really take the piss. I'm not gonna bullshit you. However, after much playing around, and I mean a lot of buddy playing around, this is what you should have, this kind of effect. If you've watched my channel before, you'll know that I'm a bit of an idiot and I do tend to miss things out. And as you can see here, we've got a massive gap at the back of our little drawbridge lifty creation thing. So we're going to have to fill it, is what I'm saying. If I was intelligent, I would have done this when we, had a foundation in place, but I'm not. My brain cells are dead. But the way we're going to do this is place down a roof piece here onto the one that we've already got existing on our truck bed. And we're going to make another blueprint that can allow us to place a wall anywhere. The only difference between this and the last one is we're using a half wall. But again, it does have to be a brick piece. So yeah, go ahead and make that up. Let me know when you've done. Right then, are you sorted? Fantastic, that's great news. Now you've got your little blueprinted half wall, we're going to place it down here on top of the roof piece we've just put in. We're going to get rid of our catwalk and our doormat, and then on top of it, we're going to place down another brick half wall. Once this is complete, take out your Bernie boy, destroy the top half wall you just put down, and remove the one from underneath it. Now, yes, like I said, this could have been avoided if we would have just put a wall piece in, you know, when the foundation were there. However, just class it as a bit of practice at making blueprints. It'll make you feel better, trust me. So now we've got our flappy boy in place, we can remove the roof piece we've just put in. It's dead simple, turn it to a corner piece or a slopey boy, you'll be able to get rid of it. And we can then move on to actually, you know, putting some roofs on this thing, and that's dead simple. Grab a roof piece and snap it on. There's not really much more I can say about that. From this point onwards, it gets a little bit decorated. The vast majority of the structure is done, and the first step on decorating this piece of shit is by putting this guard post unnecessarily on the front here. We're going to start off by putting a shelf across the doorway here, like this. Yeah, that's lovely, isn't it? And once we've got that in place, we're going to place down a conduit, and on top of it, put down the guard post. Now, we're going to drag over this whole creation using the conduit and place it down on the shelf. And we're going to pull it as close as humanly possible to the body of our truck we've just built. Again, this can be finicky. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is going to take a little bit of jiggery-pokery. But trust me when I say you will get there. It'll never be perfect unless you're a magician. However, it'll look good enough from 10 feet away. As demonstrated here, see, it doesn't look too bad, that. I mean, yes, you've probably had 18 aneurysms trying to get it to look like that, but it's worth it. Anyhow, you'll be pleased to know we're now going to destroy that structure with a flamethrower trap. Fantastic. All your hard work going up in flames. Sounds like the story of my life. There is a good reason for this, however. With that guard post destroyed, we can make this thing look a little bit more real and use these fence posts as supports for the guard tower. And guys, it's dead simple to do. I don't think I need to explain it in depth too much. Grab your post and shove it under guard tower. It'll sink into the truck cab, no worries whatsoever. Again, they will require a little bit of jiggery-pokery to get them in place, but once you have got them in place and you've repaired your guard post, this is the effect that you should have. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. Bob, stop fucking the rock! We're now at the point where we need to make a driving position, because this thing isn't driven from the cab. Oh no. This thing is going to be driven from this. Yes, we're going to be driving this creation using a shitter. We do, however, need to make it so we can actually sit on it, and we're going to do that by using the merge glitch. Dead simple, grab yourself a pressure plate and make sure it's depressed. And by that, I don't mean insulting it. I mean, you can do if you want, but it won't help the situation. All you got to do, guys, is once you've placed it, pick it up and move it once, and there you go. The pressure plate's depressed. Dead simple. Now that your pressure plate is extremely sad, place down the outhouse on top of it, and then on top of that, we're going to place down a stool. And when I say a stool, I don't mean a shit, because it's an outhouse, I mean an actual stool. I'm going to use the Red Rocket one, but any will do, don't worry. To actually get this to merge into the toilet, you have to place the stool on top of the outhouse. You can't place it inside. And once you have done that, you've just got to pick it up and drop it while it's on top of the pressure plate. The stool will sink through the roof and, with any luck, into the toilet. It can be a little bit tricky lining it up. It may take a couple of attempts, but with enough bollocksing around, you should have this kind of effect. And, I mean, it's not perfect, but it works. But we'll just ignore it. That's good enough for this video. Step 18,224. We're now going to take our outhouse with merged stool and place it on the front of our truck here. Absolutely lovely. Look at that, you see. Goes straight down. You will see this sticking through the interior of your truck in the back end, but again, we're just going to ignore it and worry about it later. We're also not going to worry about getting stuck on our toilet either. Yeah, that's fine. All I'm doing here, ladies and gents, is going round, changing all our wall pieces to the ones that I want to use, adding a little bit of shit here and there. We're not going mad with the decorating at this point, just little bits that, you know, we can throw on while we're in the vicinity. For example, we can use this scaffolding ramp as access to the side of our truck. Yep, that'll do nicely. Around the top of our creation, we can put down these barbed wire walls. I really like these. I can't remember what they came from, but they're bloody good. They're dead easy to place, and they fit in with immersive builds perfectly. Honestly, really nice bit of camp building kit, this. Get them if you can. We could also throw on some metal slatty boys over the windows, couple of spotlights, you know, random bits of junk like that. And sod it, let's address our power issue as well. We'll throw down these solar panels. They look scrappy, they look immersive, and that'll be more than enough for this entire build. And you know what, guys? I don't actually think that looks too bad. It's coming together, but we still have a lot more work. The main thing being getting our beast of burden put together. The engine's gone on this truck, so we're going to have this buddy werewolf pull it along. Yeah, that's law friendly. First things first, we need to merge a power conduit into his neck because we're going to have wires attached to it. So yeah, we're just going to use the pressure plate, place down a conduit on his neck and merge them together. Again, guys, it's simple. We're just repeating the process we used for our outhouse stool thing. The next thing we need to do is a reverse merge on the wolf statue to get rid of that little wooden podium thing. We're just going to place him down on top of a duck. You can use pretty much anything, to be honest with you. And we're going to go over to the pressure plate and merge as we would any other normal item. The key difference here, though, ladies and gents, is that the wolf statue is going to sink into the duck. And we're going to keep going as well. We want it to get to a point where when we pick the duck up and we place the duck down, the wolf statue's legs will be visible, but the podium won't be. There you go, something like that there. That's pretty bob on, to be honest with you. Now, yes, it's not necessary. However, I think it looks, 25 times better at least. And yeah, to be honest with you guys, on the wolf front, that is pretty much done. All we've got to do is add a harness to him, and that is really simple. We're going to place down power conduits on the front of our truck. You can put them wherever you want. It's entirely up to you. I'm just going to stick with 3 of them at the front of the truck. Once you've got them ones down, all you got to do, guys, is run a wire from them conduits to the one that is merged into the wolf's neck. And voila, as the Germans say, this is what you should have. And I don't know about you guys, but that does look like a really shit leash to me. But it's the idea behind it that matters. We've got to take what we can get in this game, haven't we? So now we are in the final stages of actual structure building before decorating, and we're going to put together a nice simple crane. Step 1, place down this power pylon here. Nice and easy, no messing around. Step 2, place down this filing cabinet and a couple of stash boxes on top of it. Simply lovely. Step 3, burn the shit out of the power pylon and place down a conduit on top of the stash boxes you put down. And please, guys, make sure it's level with the centre of the pylon. It will matter. Keep it straight. Step 4, stand back for 5 minutes, which turns into 45 minutes because you let your ADHD distract you. Step 5, right, I'm stopping the steps now. What we're going to do here is reverse merge glitch a safe. So again, we're going to put a safe down on top of a conduit and merge them together. So the conduit goes up inside of the safe like this. Once we've got that desired effect, we can then take our safe / conduit combination over to our crane structure and snap it to the conduit we've already got in place. And hey presto, we've got ourselves a counterbalance. Easy as that. And I think the last thing we've got to do is make an item that's being lifted up by the crane. I'm just going to use a stash box. This will change in the final rendition. And again, we're just going to reverse merge glitch, but this time using the spiky boy conduit. Yeah, that one there. How far you go with this is entirely up to you. The lower you drop down that stash box or whatever item it is you're using, the lower it'll hang down from your crane. The less you drop it, the higher up it'll be. You get what I'm saying? Of course you do. When you're happy with where it's sitting, drag the whole thing over to your crane, snap the pointy boy conduit to your crane structure, and there you go. All you got to do now is add a normal conduit on top of your floating item and run a wire from that to your crane. Easy as pie. Nope, I said conduit way too many times and you're probably confused as shit. Just watch the video. And with that, guys, that is the structure complete. All we've got to do is decorate the bugger. Now, you know I'm not very good at decorating if you've been with the channel long enough, but I'm going to show you what I've come up with, and you can either copy it, mock it, or just, totally ignore it. It is your call. I'll catch you in about 30 seconds. And there it is, guys. What did you think of that? Like I say, I'm not the best decorator, but I'm quite happy with how that one's turned out. As ever, I'd like to say a massive thank you to all my channel members and Patreons. The extra support is much appreciated. If that's anything that you guys are interested in, there's a link in description, as well as links to all my other socials as well. As we say it north, I'll love you and leave you, and I'll catch you next one. Have fun.